We're live.
Welcome to the Lost Together podcast. I'm Joe, and this is still my attempt to convince Morgan that this is one of the greatest television shows ever produced, written, directed, acted in, shot in Hawaii, and occasionally breaking viewers' hearts everywhere. Lost. Has us feeling a little lost tonight after watching season 4, episode 7, Yeon. So we have literally just finished it. So sometimes we'll watch the episode and it'll be a couple of days or sometimes up to a week until we can record again. But I mean, I don't think it's been off our TV for longer than 2 minutes. So we have literally just finished watching season 4, episode 7. I hope I said that right the first time.
You're going to make me look bad because I know I just saw it happen, but it's already flitting out of my brain, all the details and things. Because, I remember the big stuff, the important stuff that happened. But
Well, I think that's okay. I personally
the
always...
devil's in the details, baby.
Yeah, I don't even think there's particularly a ton of details in this episode.
I'll tell you what is in this episode. A lot of boo, hiss, sad stuff. Damn.
There is a lot of boo, hiss, sad stuff in this one.
Big time.
It's
Big time sad.
It's a Jin Sun episode, so, I think you should expect...
Is that why he's a Jesus character? Because he's tragic or whatever?
Yeah, I mean, you'll see.
Is he going to die on the cross? Is that how it's going to end? Because we already know he's dead, so...
No, that's not
Is
going
he going to die? He's going to be the one that gets them all off the island. He'll die.
So we want to just...
Self-sacrificial.
Did it mention how he died in this
No,
episode?
I'm just...
Oh, okay, I can't
what's
mention
the word?
it then.
Postulating. I'm postulating.
Postulate away. That sounds a little bit like an Aussian word or something, but it's not.
It's not.
Yeah. It's very close. So this episode originally aired on March 13th, 2008.
That's my brother's birthday, except not 2008, 1996.
Correct. He's much older than that. So, what did you think about the episode?
Had a lot of boo hiss sad stuff. But also, bombshells. Hello, we know who the mole is on the boat. But where's the other half of the duo,
We'll get to that.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it was good. Found some more shit out about the plane that they found in the bottom of the ocean. Oceanic Flight 815.
Right.
So,
Or 815, as that guy said, which I thought was strange. Almost everybody calls it Oceanic 815, but he said 815.
Yeah, I mean, that's like when people say 206 or 6 past 2. It's all the same.
Yeah, I just mean thematically. They could have had him say it anyway, but they had him say it 815.
You think that's significant?
Possibly. I mean...
Sorry, it's late.
Yeah, we'll get into it. Yeah, it's late. It's 9:15 here in East Tennessee, which normally I would be asleep at this time, but I took a little nap ski earlier on the couch, so I'm feeling better than average for 9:15 at night, and I don't have to get up early tomorrow. Hope you guys, you've made a couple of notes on our wardrobe before. Hope you guys are enjoying my specific wardrobe for today.
It's a shame they can't see the back.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's possible. It's gonna be.
You can stand up and show them your butt and then squat
awkward
down.
for me to turn around. I'm not gonna do that. Anyway,
It says Coach Green on the back.
Yeah, it says Coach Green on the back. So this is a homemade sweater. Morgan made it. And that is GOIBS, pronounced GOIBS, which I've mentioned a couple of times my college football fandom. One of my hobbies on the side is a college football dynasty on College Football 26, which is like a collaborative way to play a college football game online with a couple of my friends. And we'll play the game, and we'll sometimes play each other and sometimes play what you call the CPU, the computer. And occasionally a team that should not be very good is putting up a ridiculous fight when you're playing them. And it's almost like the game is cheating. So we have a little catchphrase when we say that the game is on its bullshit, or GOIBS for short. And so we said it so much that I mentioned it to Morgan, and she recommended making these sweaters, and we made one for each member of our league last year. Don't know if I'm going to repeat that this year, but felt a little festive, and you guys are giving me notes sometimes on like wearing the same shirt twice, and I know I haven't worn this shirt.
No, you haven't. I was shocked when I came. I didn't even know you had that still.
GOIBS, right?
GOIBS.
Yeah, we just say GOIBS when some nonsense happens. Basically just an excuse for when you're losing when you shouldn't. So when you're losing a game that you shouldn't be losing and you say GOIBS. Or the game's on its bullshit. So that's a quick explanation for my wardrobe.
I'm wearing a purple Under Armour shirt. So it's comfy. I had chili on my other shirt, so I had to change.
Yeah.
So
that did happen. This is one of my favorite shirts that she has. I think this is a great color on her. Brings out her eyes and complexion and smile, but everything does because she's gorgeous. So,
you're nice. Thank you.
Yes, I'm nice. I'm just being nice. Anyway, time for a recap. Let's recap the episode, and then we will get right into some analysis, favorite moments, etc. She's going to yawn off camera.
Well, I thought it was going to be a sneeze, and then it was a yawn also. No, my throat feels tight and weird.
That's got to be a screenshot. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. So, anyway, a lot of stuff going on here. I think the episode opens with Sun putting on her lipstick watching Expose, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, pretty sure. Pretty sure it was Expose on
she
the
had
TV.
on that long white coat and she was going for the hee-haw kick. And I was like, wait a minute, that's Razzle Dazzle.
Razzle Dazzle.
Yeah. So,
funny thing there with Razzle Dazzle. I thought about Expose. I think it was 2 weeks ago. Again, this is going to be the last time I mention it, but I did happen to think of Expose, one of my not favorite episodes of Lost, but I remember the backlash that I got for that in a weird moment when I was watching Tennessee play football, and one of our wide receivers' last name is Brazzle, and seriously, that's his last name. And somebody on the broadcast, he makes these incredible catches. He's an amazing athlete, but he made this incredible catch, and somebody said Brazzle Dazzle, right? And so now they're saying Brazzle Dazzle when he makes incredible catches, and I immediately think of Expose and that time that my viewers did not care for my take on Expose. So
I'd rather call them friends, than viewers. It makes me think of Chicago. Give 'em the old razzle dazzle 'em. Yeah,
well, just as a side note, in case he's Googling it and something comes up, if Chris Brazzle sees this, you're awesome. Keep it up.
Anyway, so Sun is doing that, and then she's like, oh, and she's hugely pregnant. And obviously not on the island. She's watching a TV and putting on makeup. She's not on the island anymore. So I'm like, oh shit. I'm thinking this is a flashback. She's been pregnant before. And then Jen is like hustling through the city trying to get a panda bear, and he tries to get a cab, and then he drops his phone, and it's like a series of unfortunate events. He loses the panda bear. He has to go back, buy a new panda bear, and he's like, I have to get to the hospital right now. And then we cut back to Sun, and she's like screaming out for Jen, and it's a hard, terrible delivery, and the doctor's like, we're going to have to do a C-section. And she's like, no, you're not, and starts pushing, and, there we are. And, well, shit, I usually do like an off-island, on-island thing. So I guess I'll stick with that.
You can do it any way you want, babe. I think what you're doing makes sense for this episode. It's a weird one.
To do it on and off, or to do it as it was in the episode?
Go with your heart. Go.
Well, basically, the whole thing, yeah, I guess I'll. Okay, so she is like, oh, the crowning, Jen. And then Jen pays, the original panda bear was 50,000 won. And I looked at Joe and said, damn, how much money is that? It's 35 American dollars.
$35.
Yeah.
Although, to be fair, this was back in 2008, so it would be closer to $75 or $80.
I'm not lying.
With inflation.
I would grit my teeth a little bit about spending $35 on a stuffed animal, but it was sizable. It was a good sized panda bear.
Right now, for a panda bear that size, it would easily be $70 at Walmart. No question.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. And that looked like a quality animal. Anyway, so he goes back, gets some more, and he pulls out $600 Korean bills and slaps them on the table, and he's like, I gotta have the panda. So he hustles to the hospital, and he runs in, and the nurse is like, are you, and he says, is it a boy or a girl? And she says, a boy. So he pulls like a blue ribbon off a thing of flowers, ties it on there, and then some man comes out, and Jen's like, hey, Mr. Pike heard about this baby. He wants to do business with China. Here you go. And the guy's like, thank you. Tell Mr. Pike I'll call him. And I was like, hold on. That's his father-in-law. Why would he be sending this panda bear to his own daughter and talking about doing business with China? What? And then Jen looks in. That ain't son in that bed. I was like, all right, cool. So then we find out son is, I guess we're present day again. Knock on the door. It's Hurley. And he's dressed in a very dapper suit. And she's like, thanks for coming all this way. And he's like, oh yeah, where is she? They go see the baby, and he says, oh man, she's awesome. And I think that's so great. I love that. Like, that's so much better than like, oh, she's so pretty. Because first off, newborn babies are not.
No.
They're not ever. Never ever are they pretty.
I have 3 girls, and 0 of them were pretty when they were newborns.
No. To the parents, though, most beautiful thing that's ever been.
What they were precious. I still think beautiful is a stretch, because like
when Coraline was born,
she looked like a bat.
She looked like a frog. I have got a picture of her. I'm so embarrassed when I think back on it. When she was born and I held her for the first time, I literally had never seen something more beautiful and perfect in my life. It was crazy. So I took a picture. I mean, not even 10 minutes after she had been born. Took a picture, sent it to my friends. A few days later, once all the swelling and shit had gone down, you know, I look at Coraline and I'm like, oh my God, she's so beautiful. And then I look back at that picture. I might put it in the comments. I don't know. It was the worst. And I sent it out and I was like, look at how beautiful she is. And of course my friends were being very supportive. Oh my God, she's beautiful. She was not. No. She was not. Mm-mm. But, you know, such is birth and parenthood or whatever.
Although, joke's on us, she's beautiful now.
Oh my God, yeah. All 3 of our kids are beautiful, but I'm telling you, babies are not beautiful at all. Mm-mm. At all.
No.
Give them a month or 2.
Easily.
They might, you know. But anyway, so Hurley holds the baby and he's like, oh my God. And then he goes, I guess we should go see him. And then it clicked in my brain, oh no, son is wearing a black dress. Oh shit, he's dead. And sure enough, they go to the freaking graveyard and she's showing the baby to Jen's grave, which, is it one of those things where like a person gets lost at sea and so they just put a headstone out there but there's not a body there? It's just like a memorial site.
I mean, did you see Jen die?
Not yet.
There's somebody in a casket somewhere, don't forget.
Yeah, somewhere in America. In America. Mm-hmm. They're not in America.
Do you think that they like were rescued as the Oceanic Six and they immediately just went their separate ways, or do you think they were taken to a mainland somewhere first?
I'm sure they went together for a debrief, but that casket was in a shitty little funeral home.
Yeah, almost like it was just being held there.
No, because it was set up for a viewing.
Yeah, but it was like a wooden casket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a cheap casket,
yeah.
But it was set up for a viewing, like a funeral.
Yeah, just because it was in a funeral home.
No, it was set up in front of the chairs on the little fancy table and all that.
I don't think it was that fancy.
No, because it was a cheap funeral.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or not a funeral.
It was a funeral, but nobody came. So anyway.
Sounds like somebody who watched the show is talking to you right now, trying to give you a subliminal hint here.
So you're telling me Jen's in that casket?
No, I'm not telling you that.
Anyway, son's like, I miss you so much, blah. So, there's all that. Also want to make a note that every time in movies and TV shows there's a birth, that baby comes out and it is at least 4 months old. Do you know why? Because newborn babies are ugly. And they're not going to put those little monsters on TV. So they give a plump, healthy, chunky, beautiful little 4-month-old baby slap some Vaseline on it and go, here you go, here's your baby. This one, they put strawberry jelly on its face, and it looked like a pretty convincing little newborn baby.
It was convincing.
Yeah, I was like, hey, the strawberry jelly is the trick, I think, because it was like little mucusy stuff, cheesy. So that's the Off the Island.
I made a brie and strawberry jam croissant recently that was amazing.
So good. Oh my God.
Pressed it on the grill.
Oh, it was so good. Was it just brie and strawberry?
Brie,
there was something else.
Thyme.
Oh my God.
So it was brie and strawberry with a little bit of thyme and a croissant, and I just pressed the croissant like with a steak press, but instead it's clean, by the way, it's always covered. And I just pressed it so it was flat and came out melty and
so good.
With like jam.
Like a crispy, crunchity grilled cheese.
Yeah, because the jam came through and kind of got cooked up a little bit on the outside, so it got crunchy, and you get little crunchies on the outside, little sweetie crunchies with the cheese, savory. So, yeah.
Yummy.
That was for nothing. I just did that one day for her. And then I ate
three
for
nothing.
of them. Then I ate
for
three
nothing.
of them.
He did it for nothing.
What I mean is, it wasn't a special occasion. I was trying to like possibly brag on myself a little bit for just doing something I thought you might like.
Yes, and I did like it, didn't I? Yeah, it was so sweet.
Yeah. Not as much as I did, because I ate 3 of them.
They were so damn good.
Yeah.
And they were like this thin. So, 3 of them equals...
Yeah, but before I pressed the croissant down, they were about that big.
Well, that doesn't matter.
It's the same. No. Matter is never created.
You know what I heard? I don't know if this is true or not. I heard that 1 tortilla makes 4 tortilla chips. Think about how many chips you eat when you go to a Mexican restaurant.
I don't think
4 equals a tortilla. Oh my God!
I don't think that's exactly true, because I think
it's talking about burrito tortillas.
No. I think it's the same base, but they're cooked out differently. So if you're gonna make chips, you're gonna cook it out differently than when you're gonna make a burrito.
You cut them out and throw them in the grease.
What I'm saying is they don't make it. They don't use the same amount of the material that you make the tortillas with for chips that they do for a tortilla. They're not literally like just looking at a stack of tortillas or whatever and going,
I think they are.
This could either be tortillas or chips. I think that they have the material that they make it with, and they go, if we're making chips, we make it this size. If we're making a burrito, we make it this size.
Well, I've looked at recipes, and it's just like making tortillas.
You can do it that way. Absolutely.
Anyway, keep that in mind when you go to a Mexican restaurant. 4 chips is a whole tortilla.
Keep in mind this thing.
Hey, I ate 12 tortillas today.
Keep in mind this thing that Morgan made up that hasn't verified, and then tell your friends it's true. That's how we do things.
I saw it on Facebook, so I'm sure it's true.
That's how our entire society runs in America. It's like we don't actually know anything, but we are pretty sure we know it, and we're super confident. So tell your friends.
I heard somebody say, I saw it on Facebook. So
yeah, my friend Ted, who didn't pass geography, knows all about tortillas.
Sorry if you guys can, I don't know if y'all can see how dirty my hands are. I just noticed I have black paint all over my hands. We were painting pumpkins. Yeah. I was painting my pumpkin today. Everybody else finished theirs.
Yeah, that's because I did the easiest design on the planet for mine. Mine took about 5 minutes, but mine I think might be the best pumpkin of the 5. So.
Well, I spent time cutting out, I made a seraphim, like a biblically accurate angel. And I cut out wings out of a pizza box and glued them to the back of the pumpkin and painted. It was a whole thing.
I cut a Triforce from The Legend of Zelda into mine, and it looks fantastic.
He cut 3 triangles. It really does look good.
It's actually turned out great, so I'm pleased.
Yeah. Anyway, on the island, we're back on the boat, and Saeed and Desmond are given a ration of lima beans, and I was like, I thought it was going to be like a racist thing, because I thought it was going to be pork and beans, and Saeed's Muslim and he can't eat pork, so I was like, oh no, like these fuckers. But no, it was lima beans. So they're eating cold lima beans, and Frank goes to, he's the one that brought him the lima beans. He's got his little bag full of lima beans, and he walks up to the sickbay door, and there's some lady there very angrily reading a book. And he's like, hey, you know your book's upside down, right? And she's like, and she turns it around, and I was like, oh, shit.
He said, just trying to help.
Yeah. So anyway, he takes it in, and he goes like, yeah, the captain's pretty pissed off that, that you guys went to the radio room and jacked everything up. And they're like, oh, we thought maybe he was pissed that we got out of the sick bay because you left the door open, right? And Frank's like, why the hell would I do that? And Saeed's like, so maybe Frank's not the mole. And he wasn't. We find out later who that is. So then like a little letter gets shoved through the door and it says, don't trust the captain. And Saeed's like, you know, I know there's a mole on the ship and there's like some kind of like methodical banging happening. And Desmond's like, I hope they get the whatever fixed on this ship. And Saeed's like, no, I'm pretty sure that's like a person banging on the pipes. And so, yeah, I mean, I didn't pay attention to what, I don't know Morse code anyway, so I wouldn't know if they were banging out some kind of message in Morse code. But it was just a methodical little bang. So they go out, the doctor takes them up to the flight deck, and they're like, where the hell's Frank? Frank went to run an errand. Saeed's like, did you go to the island? Where is he? And then the chick that was reading the freaking book upside down has got chains on her and jumps off the side of the damn boat. So that's the end of her. We met and lost her within a 2-minute span. So the captain comes out. His name is Captain Galt. And he is giving Saeed and Desmond the rundown, basically. And he's like, I've been trying to leave this island, and I can't fucking get away from it because somebody on this ship is a saboteur, and they fucked up my engines and can't get away. But my plan is to get to safer waters and then figure out what's up. And so then they're like, all right. Oh, and it comes out that it's Charles Widmore's boat. Mm-hmm. And
which we knew already.
Yes, we knew that, but now Desmond and Saeed know. So Captain Galt's like, oh yeah, you know him, don't you? So that he takes him down to the little room, pulls out the black box, which I don't know if that's really what a black box looks like. It looks like I thought it was like a old film thing.
I thought it looked like a safe to me.
Projector. I don't know. I figured the black box would be like that big. Mm-mm. Yeah. So anyway, they pulled that black box out of Oceanic Flight 815 from the bottom of the ocean with 324 dead bodies inside of it, aka everybody on the plane.
Not inside the black box, but inside the plane.
Inside the plane. So Galt's like, well, obviously that's not true because you two were on the plane and you're standing here breathing in front of me. So think of like the money and the resources and the manpower to fake a whole plane crash and recovery. And he said that's one of the many reasons that we want Benjamin Linus. So Ben knows something, and he's like, where do you come across 324 dead bodies? I don't know how many people were on when he killed everybody at his little town, but then how would he put them on a plane? I don't know. So, anyway, Desmond and Saeed are no longer being held captive in the sick bay. They get taken to a room, open up the room, cockroaches, nasties, there's a big blood splatter on the back of the wall. So the doctor yells out at the janitor down the hallway and says, hey, bitch, come clean this up. So he hobbles on down there. It's Walt. Or no, it's not. It's Michael. I don't know where Walt is. Yeah. He's not there. He's transcending to and from the island and wherever the hell. So,
You stuck the hell out of that landing on that big reveal.
I call him Walt all the time. He's not Walt. He's Michael.
No.
So he introduces himself as Kevin Johnson. And Saeed and Desmond have to like play it cool like they don't know who he is. So yeah, like what the hell? That's crazy. So on the actual island, Sun has decided that her and Jen are going to go to Locke's camp. They're sick of it. Sun has decided she doesn't trust anybody, any of the people from the boat or whatever. Kate tells Sun that the redhead Charlotte beat her over the head and all this shit. So Sun's like, we're leaving. So Juliet finds out and she's like, listen, if you leave, you gonna die. Like, 3 weeks, you're gonna die. And Son's like, well, I don't trust you, so I'm gonna go anyway. So she is like rifling through the medicine, tries to steal some prenatal vitamins. Juliet tries again. Hey, listen, please don't go. Don't go.
That's actually the first reason that Juliet pleaded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Son's like, so Kate is like showing Son and Jen on a map. Like, okay, you go to the stream, then you take a left, and first star on the right, straight on till dawn or whatever. So they start going. Here comes Juliet. Don't go, don't go, don't go. And Son's like, suck it. And then she turns to Jen and she's like, Jen, your wife will die. And his English is pretty good at this point. Really good. He's doing a good job. So he's picking up what she's putting down. But she's like, she will die. Your wife is very sick. And Jen says, where Son goes, I go. Oh, you sweet, sweet man. So Son's like, see ya, loser. They get on down the road. And then Juliet goes, hey, Jen, your wife had an affair. And then Son looks like she could rip her face off. Comes up, smacks Juliet across the face, and then, of course, Jen takes off. So now they're staying. Juliet comes up later. She's got some damn balls on her, I'll tell her that. Comes up and apologizes and says, like, I just was doing whatever I could to keep you here, because here's what's going to happen. In your 3 weeks, you're going to have constant nausea, and then you're going to have shortness of breath that won't go away, and then you're going to go into a coma, and then you and your baby are going to die. You have to get off this island. That boat, I don't know if that's the way, but it's something, and I cannot let you go to Locke's camp because you'll die. So Jen and Bernard go out on a boat, and they're fishing, and they have this little conversation. Bernard's like, Rose has cancer, and she's dying, or she was dying before we got here. And I thought she would want to go with Locke, but Locke's a murderer, so we stayed with Jax. It's the right thing to do. And he's talking to Jen about karma and all this. And then Jen catches a fish, and it's so nice. They go back, and Jen has made up this like beautiful sashimi tray, and he brings it in to Son. And Son's like, oh my God, can I please explain? I'm so sorry, I love you. And he's like, you know what? I know the kind of man that I used to be, and everything that you did to that man. And I'm not that man anymore. That man was off the island. I love you. I'm never going anywhere. You're never going to lose me. So sweet. The end. She does, in fact, lose him because he dies. So.
Possibly. All right. So, that is the episode. See you later. Anyway, wouldn't that be funny if that was just the end of that? All right. So yeah, it was a. So you remember a couple episodes back? Might have been the last episode where I was like, "Do you see Harold Perrineau on the credits?"
Yes. So he must be like in the background of some of those other episodes.
So I don't know if you caught it, but he was in the background of a scene before he was revealed.
Had to be, yeah.
Like this episode.
Oh no.
Yeah. All the it's like in where the camera's like sweeping around to the different people on deck when
that lady jumps off.
Yeah.
Is he out there?
Very briefly. Yeah.
Man, and they have not noticed him. I guess there's a lot of kerfuffle going on.
There's a lot. I think that's probably you don't expect to see him, right? Because it's not like if you're Saeed and Desmond that you're looking for Michael, right?
No,
so
but if you see somebody that looks like somebody that you presume to be dead or gone, and you see him, I think it would catch your eye. It would probably catch your eye, yeah. So I guess the kind of pressing question, because in the early, if you might remember when we were reacting to the season 1 episodes, that there were a lot of philosophical questions to ponder. Now we're kind of away from that at times because it's a lot of just logistical stuff that's happening. Right. What Juliet did. Mm-hmm. Okay. I don't know. It's like what I likened it to is you see somebody post a picture of their baby on Facebook in their car seat, and the strap is like down here. And like they're obviously not buckled correctly. The moral right thing to do is to say, hey, your baby is not buckled in correctly. It's very unsafe. I'm not trying to be rude, but the baby's not safe right now. The baby is in danger. That never goes over well, ever. People don't take it well.
No.
They never have. It's a criticism.
Parents don't like to be told that they're
being bad parents.
Well, just not keeping their kids safe. Because, like, I think most parents can tolerate a criticism like, your kid has an iPad, you suck, or whatever. It's like, okay. But if you hear something like you're not keeping your child physically safe, like they're going to die in a car wreck or whatever, I think that's a little different. So you're right. Like most people aren't going to take that well.
I'm not trying to take any criticism about parenting. I don't want any of it because it makes me sad.
Over the last, I saw a meme a couple of years ago now, toward the end of my last job, when I was super stressed out all the time. But I saw a meme that was like, ask yourself if you would happily accept advice from this person who's criticizing you. Like, would you ask them for advice on how to make your life better? And I was like, no. And then the second half of the meme was like, right, so then why would you accept criticism? Like, if you're not going to accept good stuff, why would you accept bad stuff?
I would accept a compliment from a person whose life I don't want.
The question is advice. Would you ask a person whose life you don't want advice for how to make your life better? No. Right. Well, then why would you accept criticism? So it depends on who's criticizing stuff that I'm doing as a parent. If it's somebody who I would not trade lives with them, I'm like, thank you for your feedback. A reference to another show, which we just finished. So just a quick plug for that, because you guys do, I'm sharing a show that I love with Morgan, right? And we are getting to see her reactions real time. And so I think it's appropriate for us sometimes to plug other shows for you. We told you that we watched that Apple Cider Vinegar, which you guys had seen,
That was good.
which we really liked. But we just finished one, which is on Netflix, called Wayward.
With a lovely Australian lady as the lead character. She's Australian.
Toni Collette?
Yes, she's Australian.
Well, first of all, Toni Collette is a national treasure.
Toni Collette is one of the greatest actresses of our time.
I didn't know that I was a massive fan of Toni Collette until Hereditary came out. Then I started retconning all of Toni Collette's work, and she is incredible.
She is incredible.
I mean, once you see that, if you go and look at other stuff that she did, I don't think she's ever done something bad. Like a bad acting performance. She just absolutely kills and everything. And she's from
Blacktown, Australia. I said that with such confidence that I second guessed myself. Sometimes when I believe a thing so much, it makes me think that's probably wrong. So I double checked it, and she is Australian.
I wonder I'd love to hear her Australian accent to see which kind of Australian accent it is.
It's one of these.
That sounded like Northern British there.
No.
You sound like Ringo.
No.
Right.
She's
John,
kind of like the apple cider vinegar girl.
Okay, so I mean that's just that standard.
Yeah, just like a bog standard Australian.
Yeah. So she wasn't Crocodile Hunter type Australian.
Oh, she's a beaut. No.
All right, that's called broad Australian. So
no.
She wasn't broad Australian. And then there's the kind of fancy Australian, which Kate Blanchett is Australian, and she speaks in a. You know who Kate Blanchett is?
Yeah, but I've only ever seen her in movies, and she's never Australian.
Yeah, that's fair. Anyway, Wayward, very good show.
Yeah.
Toni Collette gives a great performance, and I think Juliet did the right thing.
Yeah, I mean,
every episode I get to be more of a fan of Juliet.
She could have went about that a different way. She could have been like, "Hey, son, I know some shit, and if you don't stop right now, I'm gonna tell."
I think that in her mind, she had already tried to reason with Sun. And it was like...
Yeah, but that's not reasoning. That's a threat. That's a direct threat.
Yeah, but if you're threatening her life and she's not listening to you...
No, she's given an opinion on what she thinks will happen to her life.
No, she's
which
not.
Doesn't mean shit to Sun because she doesn't trust her. But she does know, Sun does know that Juliet knows about the affair.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that from Juliet's perspective, she's not giving an opinion. She's giving a fact.
Right.
So she knows that in her mind, she's stating a fact to Sun that she's going to die, right? Which Juliet has seen unequivocally an untold number of times, right? Sun is like, as you said, right? And then just...
Juliet's got the wherewithal, though, to say, like, hey, listen, I know you don't trust me, and I know I haven't been truthful, and so, like, I understand. So...
Yeah, as she's walking up to it the first time, sure, but after she's tried a couple of times and Sun's literally getting ready to walk off into the jungle, so it's a desperation thing. She didn't have time to play chess. She should
have cocked the gun before she pulled the damn trigger. Hey, listen, if you don't stop, I'm going to tell on you. I'm going to tell.
And so, but it would have been fine then if Sun was just walking off and not listening. It would have been fine at that point.
Yeah.
So basically, you're saying that the only reason that it's not 100% right is because Sun has stopped walking for half a second? Because you just said that it would have been fine if she were just walking away and not listening. So in that case, it would have been fine for Juliet to do what she did. So the reason that it's not is because Sun wasn't walking?
Hold on. No, I think I've misunderstood completely.
What I'm saying is that would it have been okay for Juliet to do that if Sun started walking away and she could not stop Sun from walking away? Then it's okay to just go, Jen, she had an affair?
That's what she did.
No, her son was still standing there. They were all still, like, standing in the area. And you said that she needed to give her some wind up.
Yeah. I thought it was a little out there. I mean, the ends justify the means or whatever, I guess. But...
And Jen forgave her in the episode.
Yeah.
You know. And it's out there now. At least they don't have to carry that anymore.
That's true.
So it was kind of... I mean, am I saying it was an ideal way to keep her there? No. Not at all. But she tried the ideal ways.
Well, you know.
But, you know, Sun just practicing for coming to America by not listening to her doctor, right? Like, her doctor tells her, this will kill you. And Sun's like, nuh-uh. And then just... Not me, I'm smart. And then just runs away. That's what we do here. Yeah, it's because they charge us a fortune. Anyway, so... I could not locate any art within the art in this episode.
Expose.
I saw she was reading a book, which I didn't quite...
It looked like a book from Monty Python. It didn't look like a real book. It's like a red-bound cloth, old-school book, like Hamlet.
Yeah, I don't know. Because she was reading a book, but I didn't quite catch the... Hold on a second. Give me a...
I'll tell you a fun... I really connected with Sun when she was, like, having the baby, because the doctor's like, you don't understand, we have to do a C-section, like, right now. And she goes, like, and then starts pushing. Literally, the same thing happened with me. They put me on the Pitocin or whatever, and they were like, I was in labor for forever. And nothing was happening. And they were like, the doctor came in and he was like, listen, bitch, it's getting into C-section time because this baby has been in there for a long time. And I was like, okay. And I'd had an epidural, so I couldn't feel anything, like, at all. I had no idea what was going on down there, which was choice. But, yeah, I was like, no, we're not doing that. I don't want that. Push that baby out. That's all you gotta do is threaten the violence. You don't have to say, hey, Jen, she had an affair. You just say, hey, Son, I'm going to tell on you. Hey, Morgan, we're going to give you a C-section if you don't start pushing, which I thought I had been the whole time. But dug down into my primal lady soul and pushed that baby out.
So, looked it up real quick. The book that she is reading is The Survivors of the Chancellor by Jules Verne. So the same guy that did Journey to the Center of the Earth. Key themes: survival versus civilization. Novel places ordinary people in an extraordinary extreme situation. Shipwreck, starvation. Okay. Leadership, authority, and responsibility.
Hello.
The indifference and power of nature. Hope, despair, and the human spirit. Morality under pressure. Human interdependence and conflict. Fate, chance, and human agency.
There you go.
And then she jumps off. So that's your art within the art today is The Survivor of the Chancellor by Jules Verne, which I don't know why. I got distracted by the fact that the book was upside down, and I did not remember that from the first time that I watched this through. Also was distracted by Jeff Fahey's just immaculate lock of chest hair, just an obscene amount of chest hair poking out. And
something else I noticed in this episode, like everybody's passing the buck all over the place. Sun goes to Daniel Faraday and she's like, hey. And he's like, hey, what's up? Can I help you with something? And she's like, listen, are you getting us off this island or what? And he goes, it's not really my call. She goes, okay, cool. And that's when she decides that she's going to Locke's camp, like after she talks to Faraday. So then on the boat, the captain is like, it's not my call. I'm not, just nobody, who the hell's making the calls? Who's giving the orders? Charles Widmore, I guess. I don't know, but
so
a lot of finger pointing.
I want to give a shout out to Greg here because it's from Lostpedia. So just look this up. Apparently, if you look at Jen's birthday, he was born in 1974, and so Sun, who is on the other side of the tombstone, but obviously not dead yet, so you just got her birth year is 1980. So they're 6 years apart.
It's a good age gap.
Apparently not, according to the what's that thing that people believe in that's not real?
Zodiacs?
Yeah, the Zodiac. There you go. So according to the Zodiac, 6-year age difference is the least optimal distance between two people.
Okay.
So I don't know how they determine that. Probably just whoever wrote the Zodiac's ex-wife was like 6 years younger than him, and he was like, I hate her. I'm still paying child support with my Zodiac earnings or whatever.
So annoying.
Oh dear. Okay. Any other takeaways from the episode?
No, I'm so excited to have Michael back.
What do you think is going on with that?
I have no idea. I'm guessing that they caught him in his shitty little boat with Walt and took him aboard.
But he's obviously Ben's spy.
Yeah.
On board. Right?
Yeah, so he's communicating with the island some way.
Well, but he got off. How did he get off the island to begin with? Do you remember?
Yeah, him and Walt took that little dinghy.
Mm-hmm. But how did he get that deal? How was he able to get off the island?
I can't remember who he did some dealings with Ben.
Yeah.
He traded Jack and them, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Jack
sold them out.
Yeah. Yep, took that little dinghy, him and Walt.
Which, I mean, it's fine, but I would not feel super safe taking that dinghy out.
Hell no,
open
but
water.
Obviously you don't feel super safe on the island either, but no, I would not.
Would you rather take that dinghy or try your chances on the island?
Try my chances on the island.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, I'm not an ocean person. I'm not,
I'm an ocean person and I wouldn't try that.
No, it's like my worst nightmare.
Do you know what though? What about one of the big boats, but from Moana, so it doesn't have like a motor?
A canoe? No, hell no.
No, not the little one that she took, but the big one that she gets at the end.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing that.
I'd take one of the big boys for sure. Yeah, I would. That's safe. People get across the ocean in that.
Not me. I don't.
I want the bigger the boat, the better. That's what I want.
No.
You're about to say size doesn't matter? That would have been a terrible thing to say on a podcast you're doing with your husband.
I know. Well, I wasn't gonna say that, but I was gonna make a boat size joke.
Yeah.
You get it. You know what I was gonna say.
All right. Let's.
I have crossed the horizon to find you.
I know your name.
Yeah, I'm not trying to get on the. I get nervous getting in the ocean in a cruise ship, and it's like a floating city, and I still get scared. I think people that go across like the Black Sea and all that, fucking And I hope they pay those crab fishermen. What's that show? Deadliest Catch. I hope those boys make millions of dollars, because they deserve it. Because that shit is crazy. Being out there and the boat is literally doing that, you're getting knocked off into frigid water. No. I don't like. We went out. When was it? A couple summers ago. Us and his parents took the kids to Florida, and we went out on a pirate ship. It was like a legit pirate ship, and they took us out like it was in a bay, and the bay kind of came in and then went out to open ocean. And it was like all these rocks and stuff that they had put up from the bay to the ocean. So it was real wavy and shit. And a freaking hurricane was coming in that we did not know about. So we're out there on this wooden pirate ship with our kids and a whole bunch of other people. And they take us up out to the bay and turn the ship sideways so that the open ocean is out here. And it's rocking the boat. And I mean, we're literally doing like this. And it's all fun and games and haha. It's like part of their little shtick. I was not having fun. I did not like that shit at all. I do not want to be on a boat that is moving. I like a pontoon.
So, I have breaking news.
What?
So, I was looking, because I was going to transition into
Messages in a
bottle and couldn't find the post.
Oh no.
Okay, and Greg has actually emailed me less than an hour ago.
Oh, Greg.
To say it happened.
Did you get banned again?
Happened again.
Nar.
Although it was some absolute nonsense or whatever, and it could take another.
However long.
Took him 3.5 weeks last time.
Oh, nar, Greg.
To review. I'm sorry, man.
That sucks.
That really stinks. So we are recording this.
You've got such a popular podcast on your page.
They're trying to take down the man, but they're not going to take down the man. He made Lostpedia, right? He's got more patience than the AI at Facebook. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Yeah,
I'll tell you that for free, as our daughter likes to say. So let me go to the.
Was it what was it called?
The last one?
Yeah.
The Other Woman.
There it is.
And so we did have one. So we had Greg who commented, and we'll read his comment.
Thank you. There were I remember seeing lots of funny screenshots and stuff on the Facebook post.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll have what she's having type shit. So
it's something else. I don't want to say the thing that got it locked up. But, it wasn't from ours, basically. Yeah, anyway, so Greg says on our YouTube, which if you want to comment, and by the way, this is a good breaking news for any of our friends, viewers that are part of the Facebook page. Typically, the comment Facebook page is going to be down for a little bit, so please find your way to the comment section, and if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. That'll be a really easy way to make sure that these shows get pushed to you whenever we do them. So Greg says, most Losties don't get this on their first watch. There's a reason Juliet looks like she'd seen a ghost when she encountered Harper in the jungle. All the clues are there in this scene to indicate that at an unspecified time prior, Harper died. This is why her apparition is preceded by the whispers, which are heard again when she suddenly disappears.
See, I've not made a connection to the whispers and dead people.
Yeah. Excellent point, Joe, about Ben projecting knowledge. That's a great way to put it. But the thing is, it's actually not all projection. Ben knows way more than we think, but I can't say much more till season 5. Yeah, I mean, I got you, Greg. Like I'm just like gently suggesting a couple of things. I'll revisit then when I talk about how I know this. Harold's name and the credits of this episode. Unsure why he's credited in this episode, given he doesn't appear, but his is one of several credited actors who don't appear in this episode. Others being...
Was he like a writer or something on that episode, maybe?
I think he might have been paid like for the season, because he, you know what I mean?
Maybe, yeah.
Because other actors credited that weren't in the last episode. Naveen Andrews, Henry Ian Cusick, and Ken Lung. Safe combination that Ben gives Locke, 36-15-28, was a season 4 clue from the at the time popular alt reality game Find 815. And last but not least,
like a computer game. What was that? Read that again. The numbers were what?
The safe that Ben gives Locke, safe combination Ben gives Locke, 36-15-28. Was a season 4 clue from the at the time popular alt reality game Find 815.
Okay, so I don't know that one, and I'm wondering if that's when I was in school. There was one. It was a Slender Man game, but it wasn't really a game so much as like these people were putting up videos, and it was like found footage, and they were hiding clues in the real world, and you had to like go find the clues, try to figure out where Slender Man was that took the guy. It was Marble Hornets. That's what it was called. That was a good one. I don't know if that's the same thing.
It's not, because this is from 20 years ago.
Well, shit, that was 15 years ago. No, it wasn't. I graduated in 2011. Yeah.
14 years ago.
14 years ago, so.
6 more years to your 20-year reunion. I know. It's going to be great. We'll go to it and ride a tractor and help a cow give birth or something.
Whatever.
Out at Heritage. Anyway. At last but not least, the best bit, I think, for many of us is when Joe says messages in a bottle because of the gleam in both your eyes at genuinely being chuffed that people not only watch your podcast but also choose to engage. This doesn't go unnoticed. We are, I mean, as we like to say in the South, we are tickled to death at anybody engaging with this podcast whatsoever. It's now been going over a year.
Has it really?
Yep.
Damn.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, we've been at this a while and haven't got I have never stretched a TV show out this long ever. When I watched Lost through the first time, I think it took.
Oh, if we weren't doing this, we would have finished this show 11 months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It probably would have taken a month. To be fair, there are a lot more episodes of Lost than a normal show that we watch.
Hell yeah, there's a lot of episodes. My God.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah. I was thinking too, because we are approaching. I mean, season 4 is not very long.
Okay.
I'll have to see how many episodes are actually in season 4, but it's really not very long at all.
On the island, when the big...
We're halfway through it.
Okay. When the big, like, I'm sorry, I forgive you thing happens with Jen and Son, they're talking about, like, what are we going to name it if it's a boy? What are we going to name it if it's a girl? Or no, this was before the big I'm sorry. But Son's like, let's not worry about names till we get off the island. And then Jen says, I want to name it Yeon. And so that's what she names the baby.
Yeah. So there are 14 episodes this season.
And we're on episode, what, 7?
Just finished 7.
Okay.
17 next season.
Mm-hmm.
18 season.
Damn, we ain't never going to finish this. This is going to be going on forever.
We're way more than halfway through. We finished halfway back in season 3. So.
Y'all are a real one for sticking with it.
Yep. It's going to be a long time before we finish this. And then when we get done, we'll move on to the next thing that we're reviewing.
Nothing. We're never doing this again.
What would, just for fun here, if we were going to do this again for a different something, what would we be doing?
You're asking me?
Yeah. I can think of a really obvious candidate, which I'm not excited
The Handmaid's
about.
Tale? Yeah, I knew it. That's a great show. It's so good. I haven't seen the new season, though. I already know what happens because everybody freaking spoiled it online, so I don't even want to watch it now.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I read the book, most of the book, in college. And I get the gist of it, you know. we won't be doing this again because like we have. It's taken us so long to get through it. Mm-hmm. This is really contrary to our viewing nature. You need to know, because like we binged Wayward in like less than a week, something like that. Same thing for Apple Cider Vinegar.
Yeah, we were watching it like every night.
Yeah, but I mean, none of those were as good as Lost. I mean, Wayward is good, but like it's not Lost good, especially when you get to. I think that season 4 for me. I think Greg said in a different post that we should think of season 4 and season 5 as like one long season because I think season 4 is my least favorite season. We are in the middle of my least favorite season right now. Not only because I think the story is a little bit weaker than the other seasons, but also because this is the Locke sucks season.
I don't like him being a bad guy. I don't want him to be a bad guy.
Yeah.
I feel sorry for him.
Well, buckle in. There's a lot that's about to happen. But the bright side, though, is that once we get done with season 4 and we're getting into season 5 is the cool season. Season 6 got the ending, but season 5 is awesome. After season 3, season 5 will be my second favorite season, probably.
Well, I'm excited to get there.
All right. Speaking of getting there, that's going to be it for us. So, the next episode, which I want to make sure I get the title right. Hold on. Because I know the things that happen in the next episode. But
my hair is killing me.
Yeah, so the next episode is called Meet Kevin Johnson.
Well, wonder who that's about.
And so it was just another fun fact. I worked at Starbucks for a couple of years. I was a store manager there. And the CEO's name was Kevin Johnson at Starbucks for the whole time I was there.
I was wondering why that name was familiar.
Yeah, Kevin Johnson.
Are you sure you're not confusing it with Kevin Plank?
Nope, Kevin Johnson. Okay. That was his name. Because Howard Schultz was the original founder or CEO or whatever, and then he handed it over to Kevin Johnson. And then Kevin Johnson got fired. Fired guy, as they say on the office.
Embarrassing.
Anyway, so I think that's going to be it. We will see you in another life.